Ahoy, mates. Hello, friends. How are you? So many in. Roy, hello. Mrs. Rusty, just seen her. Thanks very much for the 7 months Prime subscription. Hello, Sky. Hello, Olive. Thanks for lurking, friend. Hello, Ham. Hello, everyone. Roy, is 38 all you've got? I feel so bad for you. I feel so bad for you. Guys, didn't we have a fun time? Didn't we have a fun time today playing some Guitar Hero? I certainly did. I certainly did. We had a great time rocking out. Well, today, it's been a while since we've done one of these. It's been a long time since it's sore. It's sore, mate. I didn't do any stretches, but it's really sore. From like here all the way up to like here, it's really sore all the way around. Out of practice. But guys, it's been a long time. Here we are. Wrong one. We don't have a button for that one. There we are. Here we are, Fighting Fantasy. It's been a long time since we've done one of these. Hello, Dumpster Fire. How you doing, friend? This House of Hell. You got an ad break already? No. There's no ad break. According to me, there's no ad break right now. It starts in 27.5 minutes. Starts in 27.5 minutes for me. This is our 9th attempt at one of these Fighting Fantasy books, guys. We finally finished one on our 8th attempt. This one, House of Hell, I figured, why not? It's close enough to a Halloween one as we're gonna get. Now, we play this slightly differently than intended. You may well remember, in that we give ourselves max stats and we completely ignore the luck mechanic. So it's not cheating. It's just giving ourselves the best opportunity.
I had a dream that there was a
Dead body!
Look! Somebody f***ing that dead body! Why?
But this one has a fear mechanic. If our fear level gets too high, we're dead. That's it. It finishes. So let's begin. We've got the book right here. This is it, House of Hell. It's the same as the cover that you can see right there next to me. Let's have a read. Shall we? First, we've got to read through the... Fuck me. Where is it? Oh, fear. It'll tell me about fear, won't it? Right, background. We must read the background first, friends. So settle in. We've got a bit of a spooky windy night ambience you should be able to hear with a crackling fireplace. If I get rid of this picture, you'll see said fireplace. Hopefully you can hear it a little bit. It's not too overpowering for you. Let me know if it is. Let's read the background first. Settle in, guys, and get the gist of what we're doing in the House of Hell. So, the rain spatters the windscreen relentlessly. Oh, maybe we're in present day then. Maybe we're not in a fantasy land now, guys. We've got a windscreen. You can see no more than a watery gloom as you strain forwards over the steering wheel to see the road ahead. Ahead, the wipers flap valiantly. They are fighting a losing battle as the rain drives harder and harder. Your foot eases off the accelerator. The headlights struggle to light up the road. Damn! You curse the white-haired old man who sent you off along this bumpy track. Perhaps he meant the second turning on the left. Or even a right turning. The old fool! Perhaps this is his idea of a joke. After all, didn't you notice a mischievous glint in his eye? Something vaguely sinister? But what sort of nonsense is this? So you've taken a wrong turn and got caught in a downpour in the night. The rain will ease off soon. It can't possibly keep up this deluge for long. And then you'll be able to... Watch out! You spin the wheel frantically to the left to avoid the figure who, from nowhere, shows up in the headlights. The car bumps and jolts as it bounces over the rocky roadside and thumps into a ditch. You collect your thoughts. You're unhurt, but shaken. Then you remember what has happened. The body! You must have hit the figure which appeared. There was no way you could have avoided him. You spring out of the car, praying that he's still alive. Your clothes soak up the rain as you hobble back to the road. In the darkness, it's difficult to see anything, but there is no sign of a body. You consider the situation. Are you certain that it was someone and not a trick of the light? Yes. You can remember the arms held up in fright as the car collided, and the look of anguish on his face. His face! There was something familiar about that face. A man you recognized. An old man with white hair. Your heart leaps. No, impossible! With a shiver of fear, you race back to the car, jump inside, force the key into the ignition, and twist it violently. The starter coughs, splutters, and dies. Higgy, thank you very much for the lurk, friend. You hit the key again, but this time a single shudder is all the engine can manage. You grasp the wheel with your hands and shake it desperately as if to force some life into the car, but the battery is dead. Your car is certainly not budging from the ditch tonight. Your situation is hopeless, but now the plight of your car is paramount. Where can you get help? You passed a garage at Mingleford, but that was some 20 miles away. Thank you very much for the lurk, Mrs. Rusty. As if in answer, a light appears in the distance. Someone has switched on a bedroom light. What a stroke of luck! It was at least 15 miles back that you passed the last house, and you have to have broken down just a short distance from someone's home. You button up your coat and open the door. From outside the car, you can see the building more clearly. Just ahead, on the left, a drive winds up to a large house. It's a good 5 minutes walk away, and by the time you reach it, you will be drenched. But how else can you call the garage? You can't afford to miss tomorrow's appointment. No. Go you must. Anyway, you'll probably be able to dry off inside after phoning the garage. Hello, Jaime. You slam the door, turn up your collar, and set off for the house. A flash of lightning lights it up clearly for you, but in your preoccupation with the rain, the warning from above is wasted on you. The house is old, very old, and in a shocking state of repair. The light in the window is flickering, most likely an oil lamp, certainly not electric. And you don't notice a fact that might have turned you back anyway. There is no telephone line going to the house. As you climb the steps to the front door, little do you realise what fate has in store for you. Tonight is going to be a night to remember. You just came home? Well, you're just in time for spooky story times, Jaime. We're reading The House of Hell. Reading House of Hell. Been out changing to winter tyres? Oh, I saw you had snow the other day. Right, and here we are, friends. We've got our first little picture for you. Here we are. It's dark. Here's the spooky house. Here's the spooky house, friends. You climb the creaking steps up to the front door and pause to catch your breath, even though you ran all the way up to the drive from the car. You're soaked through. Your feet are particularly wet. Judging by the number of puddles you stepped into in the dark, the drive needs to spend a small fortune on repairs. But under the porch, you're out of the storm, and you brush the rain from your clothes before turning towards the door. You just got a mail about a shipment. Oh, fantastic. Oh, I'm very happy to hear that, Jaime. Good. Good. I hopefully, within the next couple of days, will receive my t-shirts. I'm so excited. They're in the country right now. They're just waiting to get to me. They've cleared customs. The rain is still pelting down, but an eerie silence hangs in the air. No lights are on downstairs. You step back off the porch to check the upstairs window which attracted your attention earlier. Nothing. No lights. The whole place seems to be deserted. But then you remember the time. 5 minutes to midnight. Everyone in the house has probably gone to bed. An owl hoots in the distance and a shiver runs down your spine. The situation is a little scary. Here you are in the middle of nowhere at some strange run-down old house, about to wake up whoever lives inside at midnight. They certainly won't be too pleased. But you have no choice if you're going to make your appointment tomorrow. You must reach a telephone to call for help. You step up to the front door. From the left-hand side of the house, a dull glow catches your attention. A light has been turned on. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least someone is awake. You consider your options. There is an elaborate knocker in the middle of the door, and a bell pull. Don't skip too many. And a bell pull hanging down to the right. Will you rap the door with the knocker, pull the cord, or creep around the house to investigate the light? Guys, this is up to you. It can get down to minus 25. My goodness, Jaime. My goodness. So, guys, would you rather knock at the door? Would you rather pull the cord, ding dong, or for some reason creep around the side of the house and investigate? Always Nerd says to creep. Hello, nerds. How are you doing, friends? But what does anyone else think? Mate, you've lost so much. Have you lost as much as Pearcraft, though? He lost like 20 milli. But guys, here are 3 options. Knock at the door, ring the bell, or creep around the house. We've got one vote creeping around the house to investigate the light. You want to play with the knockers? Alright, what about you, Roy? What do you think? Have you got any stake in this at all? That's a delicious beverage. Guys, it's not in a rusty mug today, it's in a Lego Batman one. But you're not going to hold it against me. Well, guys, we've got one vote for each of the things. So I'm just going to roll a dice to decide. To be a tie break, we'll do 1, 2, creep, 3-4 knockers, 5-6 knock. We're knocking. We're knocking on the door. We're not gonna knock loud. We don't want to. Oh no, it was 2 knocks. Silly me. What a twat. Can't even read the thing. Play with knockers. Knock knock. 357. We're gonna knock on the door, friends. Lurkers, you're making pasta. Oh, exciting! Tell us all about it. Tell us all about when you're back. Obviously, if you're back. So we knock at the door. A few moments later, the door handle turns slowly and the door opens. Standing in the doorway is a tall man dressed in a dark suit with tails. His long face is solemn. Yes? He asks indignantly. You smile nervously and explain your situation. Your car has broken down. You need to reach a telephone and you are soaked to the skin. The man's face remains expressionless. Come in, he orders. The master is expecting you. Follow me. He leads you into a reception hall and tells you to sit down while he informs his master of your arrival. Who the fuck? Who's expecting me? I'm not expected. I don't like where this is going, friends. I don't want to know where this is going already. We shouldn't be expected here. We shouldn't be expected here. You sit down in a solid carved chair and look around. The reception hall is certainly not what you would have expected from the outside. It is elegantly decorated with rich tapestries and fine oak panels. A number of portraits line the walls. A sturdy 16th century table is set against one wall. Will you wait for your host to arrive? Study the paintings? Or hunt for a telephone? Well, do you know what? I think it's going to be a bit rude to start looking around straight away. Especially as we're apparently expected. But I will study the paintings while I'm here. I'm at least staying in the same room, aren't I? So, you know, we'll just admire the artwork while we wait for our host to come and greet us, shall we? 3 portraits are particularly interesting. Will you look at the beautiful young woman wearing a tiara, a middle-aged portly gentleman wearing half-moon glasses, or an elderly woman with grey hair and a cold expression? Well, let's go for the young lady, shall we? Let's go for the young lady. She's wearing a tiara, a smile, and nothing else, right? So we're going to turn to 151. Let's see, what have you got for us? What have you got for us, portrait? Don't be instant death, please. A plaque beneath the painting reads, Lady Margaret of Danvers, 1802 to 1834. You stand and admire her beauty and wonder why she died so young. As you're staring at her face, you suddenly blink and look again. Didn't you just see her lips moving? Surely not. A whisper reaches your ears, but you cannot make out its message. You lean forwards and put your ear to the lips. A soft woman's voice is speaking to you. Stranger, beware of this place, for it is cursed. Many have succumbed to its power, myself included. The evil Lord Kelnor will already be plotting your death. Drink not his white wine, or if you can, be gone. Escape while you may. Ooh, Lord Kelnor. Don't drink the white wine, that's what I've got from that, guys. You step back, aghast. What sort of place is this? A creepy run-down old building filled with priceless antiques and paintings which talk? A cold prickle runs down your neck, and you must add 1 fear point. Oh dear. I don't even know how many fear points we can withstand, friends. Will you now run for the door or wait to see what happens? I think we should wait to see what happens, but also I think I should just turn to the front of this book again and see. So. Oh, okay. Roll 1 dice and add 6 to the result. This will give us the maximum fear score we can bear. Well, we're just going to max that out, guys. We're just going to max it out. Our maximum fear score can be 12. There we go. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. If we reach the maximum, we are frightened to death and we die. That's what we've got to take away from this. So, I'm not going to run for the door just yet. I will wait and see what happens. So long as I don't drink any wine, that's all the spirit painting has told me, I should be fine, right? So we're going to turn to 277. Are we? We are. 277. Oh, and we've got a new picture, friends. Let me hide this one. I forgot to hide them last time, and I scrolled through, and you saw them all. You saw a little slideshow, and yeah, I don't like you guys seeing behind the curtain, if I'm honest. We want to remain mysterious. Here we are. Oh look, this must be. Spoiler alert, Lord Kelnor. And that dude behind him must be the guy who let us in. Footsteps. Someone's coming! I'm a curtain. I am a curtain. I'm a drape. I'm a drape is what I'm fucking Venetian blinds, mate. That's what I am. The tall man you met earlier walks in, opening the door for another tall man. I love the descriptions in this, guys. I love the variety of words they've got for describing tall people. It's just tall man, another tall man. He's dressed in a purple smoking jacket. May I present Lord Kelnor, the Earl of Drummer, the butler announces. The Earl holds out his hand and you shake it. His grip is strong and his eyes pierce yours. His lips widen to a soft smile. You begin to tell him of your predicament, but he holds up his hand. Please, I can see you've been caught in this filthy storm. Let us sit by the fire and we'll see whether we can help. Franklins, tell the cook to prepare some food for our visitor. You protest that you do not wish to be any trouble, but your host ignores you and leads you into a drawing room where a fire is burning. You take off your coat and sit down. The heat of the fire makes you feel comfortable once more. Franklin's returns with 2 glasses of brandy. Will you relax, drink the brandy, and ask if you can use the telephone? Or will you wait to see what he asks you? Well, we've only been told not to drink the white wine, right? I think the brandy might be nice. You know, we're in a drawing room. We're by a fireplace. This man is in a purple smoking jacket. It seems the done thing to be drinking brandy, doesn't it? And if we drink the brandy, we can ask to use the telephone, and that is really our primary goal right now, isn't it? So it may be a mistake to drink the brandy, but it's a mistake that I'm going to make. I'm going to make several mistakes. This is the first of many. 394. 394 is where we're turning to. That's almost like the last page of this book, guys. I hope that doesn't mean death. The fire and the brandy warm you, and you begin to feel more relaxed. Ah ha ha! We may deduct 1 fucking fear point! We're on 0 now, guys. Look at that. This was a good idea, wasn't it? You explain to the Earl what happened on the road, and that you would like to use his telephone to call the local garage. I'm afraid our telephone line came down tonight in the storm, he replies. We will have it repaired tomorrow morning. In any case, the garage would not come out here at this hour. But don't worry, you're perfectly welcome to spend the night here. I'm glad of the company. Tomorrow, Franklin's will take you into town. Ah, here is Franklin's now. The butler comes back in to announce that a meal is ready. You both rise to go to the dining room. Turn to 309. Thanks for lurking, Roy. Turning to 309. What's going to happen? You got to sort the dog out? No worries, man. You never need to explain yourself to us, mate. Mostly because we don't care. we don't give a shit. The dining room looks magnificent. A long table stretches between 2 fine chairs and is laid out with gleaming silver cutlery. A rich red wallpaper covers the walls, and the room is lit by a sparkling chandelier bristling with candles, which hangs from the ceiling. You take your seat, and the butler moves behind you to offer you wine. Will you take white wine? No, we know not to do that. Or red? Well, we know the mysterious dead painting lady told us not to drink the white wine, so we should go for red. It may not be appropriately paired with the meal that's been prepared for us, and we might be committing a bit of a culinary faux pas by going for red wine, not white. But I don't want to die and become a painting. I've played Luigi's Mansion. I know what sort of shit happens. So we're going to 395 and having red wine. What if she was lying? Oh, I know. Don't put those ideas in my head. The wine is impeccable. A fine vintage. Soup follows, and then you may choose either lamb or duck for your main course. Or you can tell the host that you've already eaten and you're not hungry. Do you know what? As soon as I read lamb, I'm like, fuck yeah, I could go for some roast lamb right now. Let's go for some lamb. Who has duck at midnight? Who has duck at fucking midnight? No, we're having a roast lamb. 196. A rack of lamb is brought in on a silver platter. The smell is delicious. You both start to eat and talk. The Earl asks you about your job and your reason for being in such an out-of-the-way place in the middle of the night. In turn, he tells you about himself and his family. Turn to 28. I shall turn to 28. It's easier when we don't have choices to make and we can just turn to the right number. The Earl of Drummer is the last survivor of his family. His estate stretches for miles around the house. At one time, the estate was prosperous, with many tenant farmers cultivating his land and providing a healthy income for his family. But things started to change. His sister died at the age of 32 under mysterious circumstances. She was found dead in a clearing in the woods with strange marks on her neck. News travels fast, and the ignorant peasants started muttering about witchcraft and black magic. In their eyes, the house was cursed. Pure superstitious nonsense, of course, but gradually the farmers moved to new pastures, avoiding the estate. By now, you've finished your meal. Franklin's returns to offer you fruit, cheese, coffee, and brandy. What will we take? Oh, fuck me. Well, I mean, what have we had? We've had soup, we've had lamb, we've had brandy, and we've had red wine. I don't think we need any more brandy. So our options are fruit, coffee, and brandy, cheese, coffee, and brandy, or just cheese and coffee. I think let's go for just cheese and coffee. Because we're driving, after all, once our car gets fixed. So we'll stay off the sauce, shall we? 319. The butler brings in a plate of cheese and a steaming pot of coffee. He cuts you a portion of cheese and pours your coffee into a china cup. The conversation continues at 74. You finish off your meal. The Earl rises to his feet, saying, "Our conversation has been most enjoyable, but now you must be very tired. Franklin's will show you to your room. Let us retire." You stand up. He's right, you are tired, and it is well past midnight. You stumble and reach out to steady yourself against the table. Whew, you did not realise you were that tired. Or have you had a little bit too much to drink? Your head is spinning, and the voice of your host becomes part of the background noise, which is getting louder and louder in your ears. Eventually, you collapse to the ground and lose consciousness. Oh, no, 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 no. We can't go out like this. It's only been 20 minutes. Return to 173. Oh, can you imagine if we died? This would be the quickest we'd ever died. You open your eyes. Your head is spinning, and it's some time before you are fully aware of the fact that your hands and feet are bound. The room you're in is empty, but you work out a plan. You will hop over to the window, break the glass, and use it to cut yourself free. Pulling yourself to your feet is awkward, but you manage it, and with a mixture of hops and shuffles you arrive at the window. Outside, the wind is blowing the rain against the window panes. Will you go ahead and smash the window with your hands? Something of a risky business. Or will you instead test your luck? If you want to test your luck, turn to 136. If you do not wish to use your luck, turn to 360. Well, we've already decided we're passing every luck test, so let's test it. Welcome back, Han. Tell us all about your pasta. What have you made? Do you make your own pasta? Is it homemade pasta? Or were you just making a pasta-based dish? I want to hear about the sauce. The sauce is the interesting bit. We're going to say we're going to test our luck, and we're just going to pass it straight away, because that's what we're doing in these books, guys. We're not cheating. Were you lucky or unlucky? Well, we were lucky. If you were lucky, you managed to escape the splintering glass without harm. If you were unlucky, the glass cut your wrist. It didn't. We were lucky, because we're always fudging luck rolls. So, you cut yourself free and massage your wrist to get the circulation moving again. Then you walk over to the door to try it. It's not locked! You try the handle open a little and look outside. Your room is on a first floor landing. Facing the door is a balustrade. What the fuck is a balustrade? And looking over the banisters you can see the entrance hall below. To your left there are two doors in the corner of the landing, which runs along to the right. If you wish to go this way, turn to 287. Looking to your right, the landing runs past another door and turns to the left. To go this way, turn to 33. Let's always go left. Didn't make your own? You have linguine, pesto, and cheese. Oh, sounds alright. Sounds alright. It is very simple, yes. We're always going to go left, guys. That's never steered us wrong in one of these books, has it, guys? Turning left. So turn to 33. A short distance further along the balcony, you arrive at a door with Azazel written on the nameplate. If you wish to try this door, turn to 358. If you would prefer to continue, turning to the left and following the landing, turn to 229. We haven't met an Azazel yet, have we? We've met Franklin's, the butler, and we've met the Earl, haven't we? Shall we try this door? Maybe Azazel is a friend. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Maybe Azazel's got a phone. So I'm gonna turn to 358. Have a look for Azazel. Oh, friends. Friends, we've got another picture. Let's spin that one off. Let me scroll to the picture for you that we've got of what we see in Azazel's room. There it is, friends. The door opens and you peer into the room. You quickly check that there's no one inside and are relieved to find it's empty, but full of clutter. It seems to be a crude scientific laboratory of some sort. A brass telescope points through the window towards the sky. Charts and mathematical tables are pinned to the walls. A human skeleton hangs from the hook, and a bench is covered with glass vials and apparatus. They look like priceless antiques, and they were probably all made in the last century. Do you wish to investigate the room further, or would you prefer to leave? I mean, let's see if we can find something useful. I don't think we haven't got any weapons of any sort, have we? We haven't got any items. So while this room is empty and presumably safe, let us investigate it. You step into the room and close the door behind you. A squeaking noise from one corner makes you jump. You find, when you walk over, you're relieved to find that the squeaking comes from 3 rats in a cage. You keep your ears peeled for sounds of visitors and you investigate the contents of the room. Do you wish to look through the drawers, examine the liquids in the glass vials, or look through the cupboards? It's got to be drawers. It's got to be... Always got to check the people's drawers, see what they're packing, guys. See what they've got in there. 81 to check the drawers. In a drawer underneath the bench, you find a few ornate letter openers. Perhaps they're someone's collection. You're particularly interested because they are strong and dagger-like. In fact, they could make easily dangerous weapons. You may take one of them if you wish, and as a weapon it will allow your skill score to increase to its initial value if you use it in a fight. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so we've got a letter opener / dagger. Let me add that. Let's add that to our list of things. I'm just going to put letter dagger. Letter dagger. Okay, so we've got the dagger. Now we turn to 385. 385. Where are you? 385. Suddenly, your ears prick up at the sound of footsteps coming closer. You nip into the shadows and wait. The footsteps stop outside the door, and you can hear 2 voices talking. Hadn't we better ask the master's permission? One asks. Maybe you're right. We'd better get a light for the lamps. You breathe a sigh of relief as the footsteps disappear off in the direction you approach the room. You decide it's best to leave before they return, and you open the door onto the landing. The safest way to go, it strikes you, is away from the 2 visitors, who may return at any moment. If you approach this room from the left, turn to 229. If you came from the right, turn to 226. We came out and we went left, didn't we? Which must mean we came from the right. Yeah? That makes sense, doesn't it? We came out, we turned left, so we came from this room's right, yeah. So we're turning to 26. I didn't think we were going to have to, like, map out this fucking house. But map it out we have to. There's another couple of... there's another door a couple of meters up on the landing on the left. This is the door to the Mephisto room. If you wish to enter, turn to 298. Otherwise, you will pass it and head towards 2 doors in the corner on the landing. Let's go in, shall we? Shall we check it out? 298. In we go. Hope you're decent. Hope you're decent in there. The handle turns and the door opens a little, but it's caught on something and will not open any further. Do you wish to try and force the door, or will you leave it and continue? It's risky. Let's force the door. Nobody's about. We haven't heard anyone. So long as it's not like, oh, what if it's a dead body the other side of the door? They like slumped down against the door, and now what would Bok do? He'd lick it. He'd lick it is what he'd do, mate. Right, 390. You heave the door with your shoulder. The wood creaks and opens a little further, enough to let you into the room. It's small and bare, and a cold, damp wind swirls through it, billowing the curtains. The window pane is smashed, and the floor beneath the window is sodden from the rain. You look around, but there's nothing unusual in the room, apart from a frayed length of knotted rope. You may take this with you if you wish, and leave. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that. Oh, of course I got it right away. Of course I got it right away. Right, we've got some rope. We've got a letter dagger, and we've got some rope. So as you pull the door to find, as you pull the door to you, you find a piece of glass wedged underneath it, with which was making it stick. Fuck me, can't get my words out. You turn left out of the room and continue along the landing. Turn to 287. Alright, I will turn to 287. And at 287, you walk up to the 2 doors in the corner of the balcony. The one on the left is named Balthus, and the one in front of you has no name. If you wish to enter the Balthus room, turn to 299. If you'd rather go through the other door, I'd like to go to the mystery door. turn to 86. Or if you choose to ignore these doors and continue round the landing, turn to 193. Well, we've got a letter dagger now. Let's go into the mystery room, 86. Let's see, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? The door opens into a narrow passageway which ends at a window. There's a door halfway along the left-hand side, and a sign on the door identifies it as the Diabolus Room. If you wish to try this door, turn to 13. If you wish to investigate the window instead, turn to 110. If you're not keen to do either and prefer to go back through the door and continue along the landing, turn to 193. Never asked Vicky that question. Why not? Why wouldn't we? Let's investigate the window, shall we? Maybe we can signal for help.
Brother! 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 Destroy you!
Oh my god, he goes on a bit, doesn't he? Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Curtains. No, don't even worry. Don't apologise. They're there to redeem, aren't they? Curtains are drawn across the window and you approach cautiously. You gingerly pat the folds in the curtain and are relieved to find nothing there. Although they seem to be safe, you're still on your guard as you draw them apart. As you do, a thunderclap booms outside and makes you jump. Oh! But you are safe. A perfectly ordinary window is uncovered. However, the heavy iron bars on the outside are a little worrying. Through the window you can see nothing but the rain running down the pane of glass. But, curiously, the rain is avoiding one area. Could it be that the wind is blowing the rain away from this corner? You bend down to take a closer look. Written in the condensation which has formed on the glass is a message. You read 3 words, Mordana in Abaddon. You repeat this message to yourself and then rub it off the window, in case anyone else should see it. The message may be useful to you, and you'll realise when it is. Okay. If later in the adventure you want to use this message, turn to 88. Do not turn to 88 now. Now you must head back to the landing and turn left. Okay, so Mordana in Abaddon, 88. Poke his gooch. Fuck me. Let's note this down. Mordana in Abaddon, 88. There we go. We'll keep a note of that. It might be useful. It does look spooky, doesn't it? It's a fighting fantasy book, Jolly. Have you ever done a fighting fantasy book before? In case guys you've never done a fighting fantasy book, they're really good. They're like a one-player role-playing adventure where you choose your adventure, but also at times you roll a dice for combat and other situations. This one is the House of Hell, is what we're doing today. I figured it was suitably spooky for the season. This is our 9th attempt at a fighting fantasy book. We've only completed one of them before because fuck me, they are balls hard. They're so difficult. But we hopefully are going to survive this one. Hopefully we're going to survive this one. So now we turn to 193. A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downwards. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Do you wish to go downstairs, try the unmarked door, or will you continue round the landing? I don't know. What shall we do? Let's try the unmarked door. Let's just check all these doors while we're here. Let's check all the... Oh, a cursed medallion. Careful with that, friend. Careful with that. You don't know how you're going to break the curse. So we're going to check the unmarked door at 377. Maggoty bread. Ugh. You step into a small storeroom and close the door behind you. There are shelves on the left and right walls, on which various household objects are stored. In front of you, in the wall facing the door, is another door. Fuck me, Door City here. What do you want to do? Will you search through the things on the shelves? I will. I don't even need to read the other options. We need to find some gear. I feel we've got like a letter opener / dagger, but we need to find other stuff. Various items of crockery, cutlery, and food are kept in the storeroom, including a sharp meat knife, which you might like to hide under your coat to use as a weapon in future. This sharp knife will allow you to add 3 skill points in a fight. On one shelf you will find several cloves of garlic, which you will also take. Ooh, There's also an unlabeled bottle of white liquid on another shelf. If you wish to drink the liquid, why? Why would we? No. Why? Right. We've got a meat knife. We've got some garlic. That's helpful. Oh, garlic. Learn to spell, Rusty. Learn to spell. I mean, I know how to spell. I just chose not to, I guess. So we've got an unlabeled bottle of white liquid that we can choose to drink if we want. That's a silly idea. If you would prefer to ignore the liquid and try the door at the back of the storeroom, turn to 255. Your only other alternative is to leave by the door you entered and return to landing. Shall we check the other door? Let's check the other door. 255. 255. You step out of the storeroom into a hallway. To your left, the hallway ends at a door which leads into the Shaitan room. If you wish to try the door, turn to 200. Almost opposite is the Mammon room, which you may enter by turning to 123. If you're not interested in either of these, go back to the landing through the storeroom. I'm interested in the Mammon room. Taste the salty liquid. Are we talking about the book now, Jolly? Are we talking about a close encounter here? Do you want to set something up? Is this where this is headed? I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm going to try the Mammon room. The room you enter looks well lived in. It's a bedroom, and a large bed covered with a yellow bedspread dominates the room. Clothes are strewn about the floor, and a tap is running in a wash basin in the corner. The clothes suggest it's a woman's room, but no one is about. Will you call out to announce yourself in case anyone is in the room? Will you search around, see what you can find, or will you leave the room? The mammary room. Play with the knockers. I think, because it's like our thing now, isn't it? We walk into a room and we shout out, "Hope you're decent." We've done that every time we've played a game, haven't we? So we're going to have to call out in case anyone is in the room. It's true to our character. 386. It's probably a mistake. It's probably a mistake. Hello, I hope you're decent. 386. 386. You clear your throat and call out softly. You certainly don't want to disturb anyone else in the house. There's no reply. You step forwards, stumble over a chamber pot, and crash to the floor. That's strange, you think. Surely you would have seen right in front of you. You rise to your feet and wince. You've banged your knee badly. Deduct 2 stamina points. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look, we're dying already. We're dying already. We turn to 290. You hear a rustling from the curtains and straighten up to look towards the window. You shudder with fright as the curtains open before you. Just as quickly, they shut again. Then there's silence. You walk slowly over and grab them. In a linguini kind of way. Thank you very much for the lurk, Anne. But they're perfectly ordinary curtains. You must add 1 fear point for the shock. Oh man. I was enjoying having 0 fear. Now, do you wish to leave the room or try and work out the mystery of the curtains? Well, it's too tempting now, isn't it? Now they've sold it that way. Dare you uncover the mystery and the secret of the curtains? I need to. I'm going to lose sleep over these curtains, guys. So we've got to turn to 150 and solve the mystery of the curtains. As you're puzzling over the curtains, you reach out to lean on the bed. But as you rest your weight on the bedpost, the whole bed shifts and you crash down to the floor. This is all very strange and a little scary. Add 1 fear point, fuck, and take 1 stamina point of damage, double fuck. Okay, so we're up to 2 fear, we're down to 21 stamina. We're doing well. We're doing well. A rumbling from the opposite side of the room breaks into your thoughts. Sliding over the carpet towards you and accelerating rapidly is one of the chairs. Test your luck. If you're lucky, turn to 101. We are lucky, guys, because remember, we're not paying attention to luck. We're just assuming we're always lucky. So we're going to turn to 101. Because for luck, it's bad luck, if anything. In the nick of time, you spring aside as the chair speeds past you and crashes into the wall behind. You escape injury, but you must add 1 fear point. Oh my god. We are racking up these fear points too quickly for my liking. You had better leave the room now, before the poltergeist inside does some real damage. Oh, it was a poltergeist, guys. A poltergeist. Turn to 2. I'm turning to 2. Actually, before we read to, let me double check that we weren't supposed to start with any other gear. No weapons. No, we don't start with. We don't start with any gear. That's fine. Yes, Dumpy's exactly right. If my fear gets to my maximum, then I die of fright, and that's it. Game over. So I might die in combat. I might die just by choosing the wrong path through the story, which is how we've mostly died. A lot of times I've died just because of bad luck, which is why we're just ignoring the luck rolls now. Or how else I might die? Just by being shit, I guess. So we're hoping we're not going to die. You may now proceed either by turning right and trying the door of the Shaitan room, or by turning left and following the passage, which bears right past 2 rooms labelled Asmodeus and Eblis, and then rejoins the landing. Oh, well, let's go to the Shaitan room while we're in this section. My music stopped. Where's my music? Where's my spooky ambience gone? There we go. We'll start it again. I think let's go to the Shaitan room. It went so quiet, didn't it? I've just restarted it. It's supposed to be 6 hours. It's supposed to be 6 hours. We haven't even been going to throw another log on. Good egg. Good egg. You open the door and peer around. The room is a large, elegantly decorated bedroom with a 4-poster bed in one corner. There's a 3-piece suite in the centre of the room, facing a fireplace. A fire is smouldering, but the room appears to be empty. On the far side of the room are 2 more doors. Do you wish to go in, or quickly close the door and leave the room? Let's go in. Let's go. We've got to investigate, haven't we, guys? We've got to see if we can get any loot. We need to find a phone. I know the guys told us that the power lines are out. Or phone lines are out. I'm not sure I believe this guy. I mean, they did drug my drink and tie me up. Get in the bed. Get in the bed. Again, are we talking about the story or real life, Jolly? You step inside and close the door quietly behind you. A soft click comes from the lock. As you step forward, a voice greets you.
I had a dream that there was a...
Dead body! Look! Somebody f***ing that dead
Somebody's
body!
fucking that dead body.
Why? Why?
Oh my goodness. Roll persuasion. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to roll persuasion. As you step forward, a voice greets you. You look around, but you can see no one. The voice continues. So, our visitor is inquisitive, eh? Or are you trying to leave the house? Perhaps our hospitality is not to your liking. Maybe you would like to see some more, shall we say, amusements? The eerie voice makes you nervous. Add 1 fear point. Fuck me. Oh no. Look at this. 1/3 of the way up our fear points, guys. Do you wish to stay and talk to the voice, or will you make a hasty exit back through the door? Fuck it, let's talk to him. Let's talk to him. I fear no voices. 291 is where we're turning to. Fuck. Fuck. I always know when I get to a picture in this book that I'm in for a bad time, and we've got a picture. Where are we at? Where are we at? Let me get this picture up for you, friends. There we are. In front of you is a high-backed armchair facing the fire with its back towards you. A figure raises itself from the chair and turns to face you. The man is tall and pale with jet black hair. He wears a long black cape fastened across the neck with a gold clasp. Yes, he says. So far have you fared well against the occupants of the house, but I believe you will find that your run of luck has come to an end. Step forward so I can see you. This guy's clearly a fucking vampire. This guy is... I mean, look at him. Look at him as well. Wank the fear away? I could... Your complete lack of fear. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus, fuck me. This guy's clearly a vampire. Look at him. So, guys, do we step forwards or do we try and fight this guy? I feel like you guys should make this decision. I'll do a proper poll. I'll do a proper poll in the chat. This guy is what I'll call it. Do we step forward so he can see us better? Or do we attack? You've got 1 minute to get some votes in that chat, and we'll go with your decision, friends. Do you reckon it is? Is that Jackson? This is what Jackson does in his downtime. It just cosplays as a fucking vampire. A sexual predator vampire. Oh my god, this is looking pretty overwhelming for attack. Seduce wasn't an option unless we're going to attack him with our penis. Which we could do. We could do that, absolutely. So those are our two options, isn't it? Yes. Well, it's looking like it's going to be attack. I'll turn to that page just ready. And then we'll see his stats. Do I really want to attack a vampire with my penis? Well, I mean, if he's going to put his mouth around it, absolutely. Absolutely. We're attacking the man. So, how will you attack the man? Will you use a weapon? Or do you have anything else you can use? We do have other stuff we can use. You coat your knob in garlic. We've got some garlic in our inventory. And I suspect this guy is a vampire. Now, we do have two weapons. We've got a letter opener / dagger. We've got a meat knife. But I'm going to turn to 46. Because I've got something else we can use. I believe he looks like a vampire. I might be really, really stereotyping him here. I feel bad if he's not a vampire. But I'm turning to 46 in the hope that garlic is an option here. Do you have any garlic with you? Yes! If so, turn to 361. There we go. I've got fucking garlic with me. Got garlic with me. 361. Fuck this guy. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. You pull the garlic out of your pocket and hold it up before the man. His expression changes from one of confidence to a look of fright. As you suspected, this vampire cannot bear to be near raw garlic. Sweat breaks out on his forehead, and he backs off towards the bed. He's heading for one of the other doors in the room. You hurriedly look round, trying to decide the best way out. Will you try the door on the left, the door on the right, which he was heading for, or will you turn around and dash quickly for the door you came in through? Always go left. Always go left. So we're going to go left. 189. We're not going to go through the same door as him in case he tries anything funny. And we're not going to go back. Fuck me. Fuck me. We should have picked a different door. The vampire's eyes light up as you open the door. Although you didn't know it, this was just what he was hoping for. Fuck's sake. As the light from the room falls onto the faces of the vampire's two undead slaves, their eyes open and they step out of the cupboard towards you. The hideous, grey-green, decaying faces of two zombies follow you as you step away from them. Attack! Attack! Yells the vampire. They obey. Resolve your combat with them one at a time. Fuck's sake. So we've got to do some combat, guys. We've got our dice ready. I shall be the blue dice, and the zombies can be the white dice. Now, how the combat works, guys, is we each roll 2 dice. We add our skill to it. Whoever gets the highest wins the combat. If you win the combat, you deduct 2 stamina off your opponent. If you lose, then you lose 2 stamina. Now, luckily for us, our skill is max because we put it on easy mode. It's not cheating. The zombies, they have different skills. The first one only has a skill of 7 against our skill of 12. So long as we beat him on the dice, we've beaten him anyway. And they each have a stamina of 6. We just need to beat each zombie 3 times. So long as we get more than 5 on the dice than this first zombie, then we've won. So we are the blue dice. The zombie is the white dice. Let me move that this way a bit so you can see a bit better. Okay, so boom, blues definitely beat whites. 2 points off that first zombie. He's down to 4 stamina. I think this is better than using that online thing we were using. I think the dice rolling on that was very broken. That'll be another win. 6 against 6, but we had 12. He only had 7. Smashing it. And we've got 7 against 8, but he adds 7 and we had 12. We win again. Zombie number 1, dead. Zombie number 2 only has a skill of 6. I mean, we've easily got this, haven't we? We've easily got this. So 6 against 9, so he's on 15, I'm on 18. Smashed it. Number 2, smashed it. And last one, this vampire, he's going to be shitting himself. Smashed it. We've taken out his zombies. If you defeat the zombies, of course we did. Turn to 20. That was our first combat of the game, guys. As his slaves fall dead on the floor, the vampire rises to his feet, ready to finish you off. Oh, he is going to get his lips round it. You quickly hold up your garlic, and he stands his ground. But what can you do now? You may either try the other door, or head back for the entrance door. So the other door was the door that the vampire was going for. That means we have to go, like, towards him, I guess. I don't really want to turn back. No, fuck it. Fuck it. This is a fight to the death. We're doing it. We're doing it. You hurl the garlic at the vampire and dash for the door. He shrieks, trying to brush off the garlic as you fling it open. It opens into a cupboard. It opens into a cupboard, guys. Fuck's sake. But a rather unusual one. The back wall has slid aside, revealing a secret passageway. The vampire is rising to his feet again, so you decide to risk what lies ahead and step through into the passageway, slamming both doors behind you. Turn to 102. This could be a very bad idea, guys. The passage is narrow, and only the faintest glow lights your way. After a short distance, you come to a staircase which leads downwards. Slowly and cautiously, you go down the stairs. After a dozen or so steps, you reach another landing. The stairs continue downwards at the landing, and you may either follow them down, or you may try the door in the wall of the landing. I'll enter his passageway. Let's go down. Let's go down, shall we? 216. 216. The narrow stairway splits and offers you two ways down. Will you choose which? We're going left. We always go left, guys. Left is tried and tested and proven. Okay, 398. The stairs are very dark. You take a few steps down, trying desperately to see the stairs below you. Suddenly, your foot slips and you lose your balance. Oh no. Lose 3 stamina points as you tumble down the stairs, landing in a heap at the bottom. So that puts us to 18 stamina. 18. It could be worse. It could be worse. Turn to 264. Oh. Oh. We've got another picture, guys. We've got another picture. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what we've stumbled into. This was a mistake. This was a mistake, guys. You nurse your bruises and look around. All is pitch black apart from a point of light coming from the end of a long tunnel. You walk down the tunnel cautiously, and your pace slows even further when you hear the sound of voices in the distance. Human voices are chanting in a long, monotonous drone. Soon you're able to see what is happening. A group of people, perhaps 40 of them, are gathered around a large fire. On the far side of the fire is an altar, and stretched out on the altar is a human figure, bound hand and foot. You cannot make out the faces of the onlookers, as they're all wearing goat-head masks. In the centre, standing over the altar, is a tall man dressed in robes, whose goat mask has been dyed purple. He holds in his hands a sharp dagger, and is preparing to sacrifice his victim. Do you wish to watch the proceedings, try to find a way out, or try to rescue the victim? Oh my goodness. Throw the garlic and run. I think we've lost our garlic. Guys, excuse me 1 minute. I think Mrs. Rusty might need some assistance with Mini Rusty. We'll be back. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, okay? I will leave you with this ambience while you decide which option we're going to take. Please excuse me for 1 minute, friends. Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Right, what have I missed in the chat? Right, we're watching the sacrifice. I think we're watching the sacrifice. So sorry to keep you waiting. If you are indeed still here, if you are indeed still here, everything all right? Oh, Minnie Rusty was just sick. That's all. She was just sick. She gets a bit emotional, but I think most people do when they've been sick. You think I've got to run? Well, no. I mean, we can watch. Let's watch and see what happens. Because if I run, that vampire is still back there. Remember, the vampire's not dead. We just ran away. I don't think I should try and save this guy because there's 40 of them. I'm going to watch and see what happens. Then maybe it gives me like an advantage. I know what I'm up against here. I'm going to watch. 314. The pitch increases as the onlookers join hands and circle the altar. The priest raises his knife into the air and lets out a frenzied scream as he brings it down. You force yourself to look away suddenly, and you notice another passageway off from the room. You look back at the gathering. They're all busy with the sacrifice, smearing the unfortunates' blood all over themselves. You seize your opportunity and run for the passage. Alright, I'm running for the passage. 129. We got away with it, and we saw a guy get murdered. 129. You tiptoe quietly along the wall towards the other passageway, keeping your eyes on the ceremony to make sure you're not noticed. You edge along until you reach the passage and nip smartly along it. You have escaped! At the end of the passage is a door which is unlocked. You open it. Turn to 232. I don't mind if I do. I'm glad to be out of there. No dramas. 232, 232. The door opens into a small room which is pitch black. Seems to be no exit from this room, but you feel around the walls. Eventually, your hand touches a small button in one corner and you press this. A panel in front of you slides aside and lets you out into a passageway. There are doors opposite each other, one on the left and one on the right. There's no other way through. Well, we're taking the one on the left. We always go left, guys, you know this. And if you didn't, you're learning, right? You're learning. The door is not locked, but the shufflings and yelpings you can hear inside suggest that you ought to proceed with caution. Will you decide against entering and examine the passageway you're in, or will you fling the door open wide and stride boldly in? We're brave, aren't we? Are we brave? We're brave. We're brave enough. Let's go in. I hope you're decent. We're striding in there. Fuck. I'm not that brave. We got a picture, obviously. I don't think it's too bad, actually. We'll see. Here we are. Ba-ba! The smell from within the room catches you off balance and stops you dead in your tracks. The room itself is unexciting, with bare rocky walls and floor, but strewn around the floor are the headless bodies of 5 goats. Standing over the goats, feeding ravenously on them, are 3 huge Great Danes. As you enter the room, they turn towards you, angry at having their meal interrupted. Their mouths curl back and they snarl. The nearest dog leaps towards you and you must fight it. It's a Great Dane, guys, with skill 7 and stamina 5.
Oh, God!
Hello, Russia. How are you doing, friend? Welcome back in. I hope you enjoyed our little virtual gig earlier. Right, so Great Dane with skill 7 and stamina 5. We need to still beat it 3 times to win. So we'll go same again. We'll be blue. The dog will be white. Poop on them. I'm all out of poo. I pooed before I started the stream. I don't need another one yet, Shaggy. So, oh, fuck me. So, oh. Was that what it was? Did I roll double 1? I think I did. So, fuck me. 10, 17 against my 14. They've actually knocked 2 stamina off me, guys. Can you believe that? We lost a round of combat. What's going on? What's going on here? This isn't a good start. And Roy's like, it's only doggos. Fucking hell, Roy. Alright. So 4, 5. They had 7. I had 12. That's 1 win to me. 1 win to me. Let's keep going. And that's another win to me. And the final one. So they've got 9. We've got 8. We had 12. They had 7. That sounds like Pim's o'clock. That's 1 dead doggy. We've defeated that dog. There were still more in there, though, weren't there? So we turn to 94. Let's see what happens. The other two Great Danes snarl and advance towards you. If you wish to fight them, turn to 78. If you wish to escape, you must test your luck. Shall we run away, or shall we fight them? No, let's run away. We're going to test our luck, because we'll pass. We're going to turn to 240, which I imagine is just going to take us back to that corridor. You manage to scramble to the door and slam it shut before the dogs can spring at you. Now, out in the passageway, you must look for another way to leave this area. Turn to 60. Turn to 60 I shall. There seems to be no other way out of the passage. Even the panel through which you entered is now closed up. A bell push is set in the wall, and hoping this will reveal some way out, you push it. Turn to 7. Turn to 7 then. Alright, I will. I will. Bloody lovely having music salt work. You work with salt, do you? Are you a chef? I'm just fucking with you. The bell push does not open a hidden panel, nor reveal any other means of escape. As you touch it, a loud bell starts ringing throughout the house. You bury your head in your hands. In a few moments, you will be captured by the evil Earl of Drummer, his devil worshippers and servants. And this time, you will not escape. Guys, that's death. That's death. We're dead. We're dead because we ran away from some dogs. We ran away from some dogs and we died. Do you want to rewind? Should we rewind time? What do you think, guys? Do you want to do that? Let's see what might have happened and fight the other two dogs. Shall we? We get one do-over. How do you feel about that? Brave Sir Robin. How do you feel about one do-over, guys? Because we can. We can do it. Or we can fuck off and watch something better on Twitch. I'm sure there are. There's much better. But let me get it up. Let me get it up and see. Yoink. Oh yeah, there's loads on. There's loads on. We're going to go again. You're going to allow it. One do-over then, and this is it. So, we're fighting the other two dogs instead of running away. We're rewinding time. We looked forward in time to see 14 million different futures. This is the one. This is the one where we win. Alright? So, the second Great Dane only has a skill of 6 and a stamina of 6. The third one has a 6 and a 5. So, we still need to beat these dogs each 3 times in combat. Luckily, we have twice the skill points they have. So that's one hit down on them, not on me. That will be 2. Oh, and this one. So 10 against 6. Sorry, 10 add 6. 16 for them. 7 and 12. That's more, right? Isn't it? Yes, maths. Fuck me. That's 2, or was it 3? We'll call it 2. And that'll be a third win for me.
It's enough to get me to the boiling point!
It is. You and me both. Right, that's both dogs defeated. Thanks to Macho Man Randy Savage. He interfered. He came in, distracted the ref, let me come in with the steel chair, smash those 2 Great Danes, and we turned to 383. We defeated the doggos. We defeated the doggos. For reals. For reals. He always has a point. You step back from the barrel, nurse your wounds, and look at the 8 dead bodies on the floor. Shake your head at the senseless waste of life. Searching around the room, we find nothing of any value.
Brother! 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 Destroy you!
Oh my god. But if you're thirsty, there's a jug of water in one corner of the room. Presumably, this is drinking water from the dogs. You may drink from it if you wish, and if you do, you gain 2 stamina points. Oh, if your stamina score was less than 12. It isn't. So there's no point drinking it. As you were not thirsty, blah blah blah. You decide to leave the room and explore the passageway outside. Turn to 60. Hang on, wasn't turning to 60 what killed us before? Is it just going to take us straight to death again? Or am I imagining that? Yeah. Again though, there seems to be no other way out of the passage. Even the panel through which you entered is now closed up. A bell push is set into the wall, and hoping that this will reveal some way out, you push it. Turn to 7. I'll read 7 again, guys. How quick was this do-over? The bell push does not open a hidden panel, nor reveal any other means of escape. As you touch it, a loud bell starts ringing throughout the house. You bury your head in your hands for the second time in like 5 minutes. In a few moments you'll be captured by the evil Earl of Drummer, his devil worshippers and servants, and this time you will not escape. Guys, so as soon as we went into the dog passageway, we were fucked whatever happened. Whether we beat the dog, left the dog, ran away from the dog, any of that. Laters, Jolly, thanks for coming in. We were fucked either way. Even with our do-over, when we won, and there were no other options to do, we had to come back out, and we still died. Isn't that just bullshit? It is. It is. You're quite right. I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, it wouldn't be a fighting fantasy without me just dying after about an hour, and we've gone for an hour and 13 minutes. So it was fun times though, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll try another one again. Like I say, it took us 8 attempts to complete one before. Not the same one. We've done a different book every time. But this was our 9th one. I wasn't expecting to win it, but I had a fun time reading it. It was definitely it was very atmospheric, wasn't it? It fit the mood of the season, didn't it? But guys, come along with me. I know it's worse actually than the gambling. Come along, let's go say hello to Hugh. He's a good egg, guys. And then I will see you again next week. Who knows what we'll be doing next week? Not one of these, because these are fucking balls hard. You're already there? Wonderful. Well, we're going to be there again. Come along, say hi, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for enjoying the story time. I hope you did. And I'll see you next time. Alright, bye-bye-bye, Z's.